You want to go outside, Mom? It's a beautiful summer day.
I'm okay in here.
What about the porch?
Not really.
It's been beautiful Vermont weather so far this week, and you've barely been outside.
I'm not really a nature person.
Then why did you and Dad buy this house in the first place?
Oh, we wanted a summer place, and this part of Vermont is so pretty. I like to look at nature. I don't need to be in nature. Your father and I like to walk. That's what we did. Your father's not here anymore, and I can't really walk.
Do you want me to call anyone?
Oh, God, no.
You don't want to see anyone?
No, I'm too old.
What difference does that make?
I don't want them to see how old I am.
They're old, too.
I just want to walk around and potchka things.
You came up here just to touch things?
Yes.
We can take some things back with us if you want.
No, everything should stay here. I wanted this to be an artist center.
I know, but that requires a big endowment, Mom.
I don't know why the universities around here didn't want the place.
It costs a lot of money to run an artist center.
Don't sell the house, John.
We won't sell it.
Your father's in the garden you kids made.
We won't sell it.
I know I'm being silly, but I don't want it to go to the wrong people.
What wrong people?
People with bad taste.
You know that covenants are illegal. You can't just say no blacks, no Jews, no people with bad taste.
Don't be funny. Hey, I have an idea. Let's go out for dinner.
But I'm making dinner. The sauce is cooking on the stove.
We can eat that tomorrow. Let's go to that place in Hardwick your father and I like so much.
You don't like my cooking?
No, it's not that. You're a fine cook. But this way we don't have to cook or clean, and we might not have another chance because...
Because what?
Because this might be our last time.
Well, if not this year, then next year.
I don't want to come back next year.
But you love the Vermont house.
I do. I do love the Vermont house.
I'd like to interview you. Can we do that now, before dinner?
About what?
About your life with Dad back before I was born, before any of your children were born.
That was a good time.
I'd like to record it.
I was going to write about that.
Can we record it now?
In this age of Amazon recommendations and Kindle downloads, Facebook likes, Kindle reviews, I rely on the old-fashioned services of a book buyer. My personal book buyer has an uncanny ability to anticipate my tastes. He has introduced me to out-of-print novelists, obscure playwrights, classical philosophers. I've enjoyed nearly everything that he has recommended, though quite a few of his choices remain stacked on my bookshelves unread. My book buyer follows a rule I laid down many years ago. No book shall cost more than 25 cents. You might also be surprised to learn that my book buyer is a teenager. And so many of his choices reflect youthful enthusiasms like science fiction. But he never fails to throw me the occasional literary curveball, like the obscure Belgian dramatist, Michel de Gelderode. Every time I read something that he's recommended, that I particularly like, I am tempted to call him up and thank him. But I can't. Nor can I make any special requests. He went out of business many years ago. My book buyer, you see, is myself. I bought all of these books nearly 40 years ago in an annual book sale just before Halloween at a church around the corner from our house in New Jersey. I would rush over after Saturday soccer practice, still in my sports gear, my cleats skittering among the autumn leaves. I was so eager to get to the sale that I didn't want to waste time changing out of my uniform. And once I got there, I vacuumed up all of the science fiction I could find at 10 cents a pop. But it gets even better than that. Because the next day, the organizers of the book sale cut their prices even further. Cram anything you wanted into a grocery bag, it was only $1. Even on my modest newspaper route savings, I could afford to splurge. I could range far beyond my comfort zone. I could judge books by their covers. Kafka, Beckett, Aristotle, Michener, everything went into the bag. Just in case. Just in case I would one day take a philosophy class and need to cite Aristotle. There was a one-volume collection of his works selected by my book buyer. Just in case I would one day write plays. There was Krapp's Last Tape to explode my conventional understanding of the theater. When I bought all these books, nearly 40 years ago, I labored under the illusion that I would one day read everything of significance. Imagine the irritation of my wife as I've lugged box after box of books from place to place, confident that one day the perfect opportunity will arise to dip into the collected works of Victor Hugo, Volume 5. Well, that day may have come because my wife is tired of buying new bookshelves, and she is worried about the load-bearing capacity of our floors. So she has invoked the first law of literary thermodynamics, also known as the conservation of libraries principle. No book shall enter our house without another book exiting it. Well, I am loath to give away any books. It feels like a premature organ donation. So I have been turning more and more to the collection of hundreds of unread books on my shelf. I might not get around to reading everything that my book buyer selected for me, but I would never give away or sell those books. They are, after all, more than just books. As long as I hold on to that collection, I can continue to pretend that I will be all of the people that my teenage self imagined that I could be.